Abuja. Time for news on the hour.
Good evening. It's a warm welcome to Citizen FM News at 6. I am Bolawala Makinde. Mahmoud Yakubu, Chairperson, Independent National Electoral Commission INEC, says all is set for the presidential and National Assembly elections on Saturday, February 25th. Speaking in Abuja, he highlighted some activities of the commission to show INEC's preparedness for the general election, adding that efforts are ongoing to ensure that the polls begin on time.
The bulk of the small amount of cash that we have requested from the Central Bank of Nigeria is right now being released to the Commission's offices nationwide. In fact, a substantial part of it has already been received by our office nationwide, and this has greatly facilitated the movement of sensitive materials yesterday from the branches of the Central Bank to our local government areas. And by tomorrow, we'll batch them and then move them on Friday to the registration area centers. And then on Saturday early morning, they will be moved to the polling units for voting.
Meanwhile, the Commission says it has taken possession of a substantial part of the cash it requested from the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, amid the naira scarcity. INEC Chairman Professor Mahmoud Yakubu confirmed receipt of the funds on Thursday during a press conference in Abuja on the Commission's activities 2 days before the presidential and National Assembly polls. This comes 2 weeks after Yakubu on February 7th met with CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele to address the need for cash for logistical operations in the conduct of the elections.
We are convinced that our joint operations before and on election day will firstly reduce the prospect of voter inducement, which is not only illegal, but actually immoral. The ban on the use of mobile phones and photographic devices at the voting cubicles is still in force. Our arrangement of placing the ballot boxes near the voting cubicles and away from the party agents remains. Several of our facilities were attacked by unknown assailants in various parts of the country. I am pleased that we have fully recovered from these attacks, and we have been further assured that our facilities, staff, voters, observers, the media, and citizens will be safe during the election.
The Independent National Electoral Commission INEC has said that a total of 87,209,007 permanent voters' cards have been collected across the country. INEC Chairman Mahmoud Yakubu announced the development on Thursday during a media briefing at the National Collation Center in Abuja. Although the number increased after the Commission extended the deadline from January 29th to February 5th, he noted that the current voter register has over 94 million voters, but stated that the Commission will continue to clean it up with technology going forward. According to him, the number of which is 93.7%, have collected the PVCs, while 6,257,229 cards, 6.7% of PVCs, are still uncollected. Inspector General of Police Usman Akali has ordered the restriction of vehicular movement across Nigeria ahead of the 2023 general elections. He explained that the move became necessary to ensure a secure environment for the 2023 elections and the management of law and order. The IGP also restricted security aides and escorts from accompanying their principals and politicians to polling booths and collation centers during the election.
Specific instruction is that we must ensure that Nigerians are allowed to come out and exercise their franchise or board the leaders of their choice. And for that, we must create conducive environment or atmosphere for Nigerians to exercise their right.
The Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami, is insisting that President Muhammadu Buhari did not breach the Supreme Court's injunction as regards the Naira redesign and currency swap issue. Malami stated that as far as the rule of law is concerned, there are many options available. The minister made the declaration today during the 67th ministerial press briefing at the State House.
Where an order is made by a court, you have multiple options. But let me state, before even addressing the issue of the options available at our disposal as a government, the fact clearly that we are not in breach of any order made by the court, inclusive of any order associated with the Naira redesign. We are not in breach. If the matter is sub judice, and within the context of this rule of law, we are doing the needful as a government in terms of ensuring that the right of the government within the context of the Naira redesign is being protected. So we are not in breach.
The National Human Rights Commission on Friday launched its Situation Room for the 2023 general elections. The launch of the Situation Room took place in Abuja. Additionally, the center will attend to human rights violations across the 36 states and the FCT during the elections. The short code for reporting human rights abuse, vote buying, and police brutality is 6472, while the toll-free line is 0800-647-2428. This initiative, the Commission said, is in furtherance of its mandate to protect the rights of Nigerians, which include the right to vote, the dignity of persons, and protection from abuse by security personnel during and after the elections. The NHRC launched its toll-free lines, which it said will be available 24 hours, with a dedicated team to attend to human rights violations, specifically during the elections. The Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, NIDCOM, says it is ready to partner with the National Institute for Security Studies on regional economic integration. A statement by Gabriel Odu, Media, Public Relations and Protocol Unit, NIDCOM, in Abuja, said its chairman, Mrs. Abike Dabiri Erewa, disclosed this when delegates from NISS visited her. The 17-member delegation was led by Mr. Didakos Egbeji, Deputy Commandant, NISS, and received by Dr. Sule Yakubu Bassi, Secretary to the Commission, on behalf of Dabiki Erewa. The delegates were part of Course 16 Executive Intelligence Management of the NISS and took a study tour in NIDCOM. In foreign news, Tropical Cyclone Freddy has made landfall in Mozambique. It has been re-strengthening in the Mozambique Channel with winds of up to 128 kilometers per hour. After landfall, the storm system will be slow-moving in southern Mozambique, producing up to 400 millimeters of rain over the next few days. This is to likely lead to major flooding across the region, which may well shift into Zimbabwe and northeast South Africa into next week. At least 7 people have died from starvation in Borena area in southern Ethiopia following severe drought, local authorities and residents have said to the BBC. Dengo Wario, a district administrator in the zone in Oromia region, close to the country's border with neighboring Kenya, said among those dead were a 2-month-old baby and elderly people. Another resident said he had lost all but 4 of his 150 head of cattle. In sports, Manchester United will play Real Betis in the Europa League last 16 after overcoming Barcelona, while Arsenal faces Sporting Lisbon. United beat the La Liga leaders 2-1 at Old Trafford on Thursday to seal a 4-3 aggregate win in the playoff tie. Arsenal will play the second leg of their tie at home after qualifying as group leaders, while Manchester United hosts Betis at Old Trafford first. The Europa League last 16 ties will take place on 9th and 16th March. Premier League leaders Arsenal avoided the knockout round playoffs by topping Group A with 5 wins from their 6 games. Sporting, fourth in the Portuguese top flight, beat Danish club Midtjylland 5-1 in their playoff after they finished third in the Champions League group. And that has been Citizen FM News at 6. I am Bolawala Makinde. The news was edited by Lawrence Umoete. To listen to us online, please visit www.citizenfm.ng. Follow us on social media, Facebook at Citizen FM Abuja, Instagram at Citizen FM 937, and Twitter at Citizen FM 937. Good evening.